Hey guys, okay, so before we get started, I just need to get this out of the way really quick. So if you've been a subscriber for the last couple of years, you probably already know what I'm gonna say. But what I do is every year I take my yearly subscriber count and then I transfer that number into a dollar amount and then I donate a check to the Salvation Army just to help out with families in need and to make sure, you know, kids have toys at Christmas and stuff like that. I've done this for the last, as long as I've had this channel, really. Again, I don't ask anyone to subscribe. I don't monetize this channel. I really don't do anything, to be honest with you, except for just sit here and ramble on about movies. But yeah, if you want to subscribe, all you're doing is helping out the amount of money that I give to a charity every year. Which is usually the Salvation Army. So it just helps out, you know. I'll never ask you guys for any money. I know I've talked about doing a Patreon and stuff, and the money collected from the Patreon would go, you know, would increase the amount of money that I give every year, but I haven't got around to doing that yet. So maybe something this coming year, I'll figure something out and we'll do it then. But yeah, so anyways, this year, the check that I donated to the Salvation Army, of course I do it anonymously, but the check I donated this year was about $2,500. So I just wanted to say thanks to you guys because that's the number that I use to submit dollar-wise. So just know that because of your subscription, you're helping out you know, some poor kids get some toys and some family, some much needed food at Christmas, and that means the world to me. So anyways, okay, yeah, let's get on with the show. Hey guys, welcome to Happywax TV. Okay, the other day I was talking to one of my subscribers and a friend, Chris Grand. And Chris, I just want to say Merry Christmas to you and your beautiful family. And actually, Merry Christmas to all you guys who are my subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning in all the time, watching me sit here and ramble about horror movies. Hopefully, I steer you most of the time in the right direction. But Chris had messaged me, and again, you guys can message me anytime you want. I have all my links in the description for Instagram. I don't usually use Twitter a lot. Actually, I don't use Twitter at all. I don't even know why I have it on there. But Facebook, I have a group on Facebook. So you can message me whenever you want if you have a question or a suggestion that you know for a movie you want me to watch or whatever. But anyways, he had asked me if I knew of any Christmas horror movies coming out this year, and I said no, I honestly don't, other than the Advent calendar, which I did a review for. But other than that, I hadn't had anything sent to me, and I did a little searching, and I really couldn't find anything. So I thought, okay, well maybe this year, for my Christmas show, I'll do a list of movies that you should be watching on a certain platform. So that's what I've done. Now originally I went to Netflix, okay, and that was a big mistake. I live in Canada, and I know, you know, Netflix is different throughout the world. Like the US catalog is different than the Canadian one, and so on and so forth. But goddamn, man, Netflix Canada, you guys suck major ass when it comes to Christmas horror movies, because I could not find one. I went through the entire fucking catalog that you guys have to offer, and there wasn't one fucking Christmas horror movie in your catalog. It's pathetic. So, bah humbug to you, Netflix. So then I went to the streaming service that I just should have went to in the first fucking place, because it's free, is Tubi TV. If you guys don't know about Tubi TV, I'm assuming you all do, but if you don't, it is a fantastic platform. It's absolutely free to use. And they have, okay, mind you, they have a ton of shitty movies on there. Like I'm talking bottom of the barrel movies, like they're just horrible, okay? But they also have just a massive amount of amazing movies and a lot of hard to find horror movies I found as well when I was flipping through the catalog, because I went through every single horror movie that they have listed in their catalog. Now again, Tubi TV in Canada has a different catalog than the US. So when I go through my list here, there may not be some movies on there, but if you live in the US or somewhere else, you might have a different selection than what I had. Anyways, okay, so I have 10 movies that I feel you should watch over the Christmas holidays, you know, just to kind of steer you in the right direction. And then I have 10 that are just piles of shit that you should honestly avoid. And then there's 2 that I'm unsure of. So let's get started. I'm going to go pretty quick because I don't want this to drag out too long. But the 2 that I'm unsure of is, I haven't seen either of them. I just watched the trailers for them, and I read a couple reviews on them, and it's kind of mixed bag of tricks here. But the first one is Slade. It got some fairly decent reviews, and some people were loving it. And there were some other people that hated it too, but it's kind of 50-50. And then the other one was Silent Night, Zombie Night. When I first saw the poster for it, I thought, okay, this is going to be a fucking terrible mess. But the trailer looks actually gory, and if you go on IMDb and read some reviews for it, they're not actually that bad. So those are the 2 I'm unsure of. So, I mean, give them a watch. Let me know what you guys think of them. I might even watch them over the holidays too. So, but here, let's quickly go through the ones to avoid. Now, again, this is just my opinion. So there might be some movies in here that you like. If you don't agree with me, well, then let me know in the comments. If you have a list that you want to post down below, go for it. I mean, that's what we're all about here, is trying to help people out and steer people in the right direction to avoid the shitty horror movies and watch the good ones, right? So if you do have a list that you want to provide, just do it down below. But the ones, in my opinion, to avoid are, first of all, The Elf. And again, all you have to do is just watch the trailer for these. And I'll tell you something, when I did watch the trailer for some of these, for the few that I hadn't seen, you know you're in trouble when the Uncorked logo comes up, okay? And a lot of these had the Uncorked logo in front of it. I don't know how that fucking production company or distribution company stays in business, because all they seem to do is, but there has to be an audience for it. So I don't know. I mean, I feel sorry for you people that like the Uncorked movies, but I mean, God, honestly, if you go through their catalog, there might be like 0.5% of the movies there that you actually should watch, because the other 99.5 are fucking terrible. But anyways, The Elf, fucking garbage. I've actually seen this movie and it was terrible. They have Black Christmas on there, the 2006 version. It's okay. It's way better than the pile of shit they put out, what was it, last year, with that god-awful fucking version they put out there. But anyways, you don't need to watch the 2006 version, because they also have the 1974 Black Christmas in their catalog. That's the only one you need to watch. Okay, there is no other version of Black Christmas that you should be watching other than the 1974, which is in my, top 10 list, which you should watch. And then you get these other movies that are just fucking terrible. Like Mrs. Claus is fucking, like, the trailer for it. If the trailer isn't enough to turn you off of these movies, I don't know what to tell you. But Mrs. Claus is a pile of shit. And then I could not believe how many Krampus movies there are. Krampus is one of my favorite movies, the one that came out a couple years ago to theaters, that's got Toni Collette in it. Fantastic movie. It's not only one of my favorite Christmas horror movies, it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. But around the same time, a lot of companies will drop, names or horror movies with the same name or close to the same name as the horror movie that is going to the theaters. Like on this Tubi TV platform, there's like Krampus the Christmas Devil. It's fucking terrible. Krampus Unleashed. It's fucking terrible. Krampus the Reckoning. What else we got here? Krampus Origins. And of course, it's an Uncorked title. Like, I just stay away from those ones, okay? Unless you just have... No, you know what? There is no reason to watch those for any reason. So just stay away from them. Mother Krampus. Not only is there a part 1, but there's a part 2. Terrible fucking movies, okay? So just avoid them, because you're just going to be wasting your time. Elves is on there. I know I said The Elf at the beginning, but then there's also 2018's Elves. Fucking terrible. Lots of potential, but at the end of the day, it's a terrible fucking movie. And then 2 other movies on there that you may want to watch, and you might give me some grief for saying don't watch them because they're a waste of time. But Silent Night, Deadly Night. Not the first 2. Okay, they're on my to-watch list. But Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 and 4, like, it just... I wish movies, like classic horror movies, would stop doing this. I understand why they do it, because, you know, they want to make money and they think people will watch it because they have the good name behind it, right? It happens all the fucking time. Friday the 13th, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, like the Chucky movies. Like, you know, the first couple were fantastic. They're classic movies. And then once you get into like the 9th, 10th, they're just fucking garbage. They just keep spinning them out because they know people will go and see them and they'll make their money back because they make them on a shoestring budget. It's fucking terrible. Anyways, Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 and 4. Don't watch them because they're fucking horrible. Okay, so those are my movies to avoid. I've got 10 movies here that you should watch. The first one is a movie I actually just watched the other day called Sick for Toys. I didn't know anything about this movie. It's a 2018 movie. And it's basically about this guy that gets invited over to this woman's house, okay, where her and her brother live. And I don't want to spoil it for you. It's kind of in the trailer, but she obviously has mental issues, okay, and they kind of kidnap men, and she uses them as her toys, her real life toys, and that's all I'm going to say about it. I know it doesn't have a very decent rating on IMDb, but I thought this movie was fucking fantastic. Some of the acting is a little sketchy, but just the idea, and they use enough gore in it for you know, a passing mark in my books. So Sick for Toys is a definite must watch. Another one that is fantastic, you should watch it, is a movie directed by Adam Green called Frozen. I don't really know if this revolves around Christmas, but I threw it in there anyways because it's free. And I thought this movie was great. It's about those kids that get trapped up on the ski lift after it closes down. So really good movie. I really did enjoy it. Definitely check that one out. Then you've got, I mean, the classic Silent Night, Deadly Night. I mean, this is what 80s horror was all about. This low budget, practical fucking gore. You know, this guy he just goes around in a Santa Claus suit with an axe and just fucking mangles people. It's a classic. I'm sure you've seen all these movies, okay? But honestly, Silent Night, Deadly Night 1 and 2 are both movies. If you haven't seen them, just take my word for it and watch them because they are definite fucking classics. A movie I watched a couple years ago is called Better Watch Out. I thought this movie was fantastic. It's about this girl that comes over at Christmas time to babysit this younger kid, and then, you know, his friends. But again, this is one of these movies where if I tell you or give you too much, it'll spoil it for you. Okay, but you go in with the expectation or the thought process of, you know what's going to happen, and it's just going to be the same as every other fucking babysitter movie. But when the reveal comes, okay, if you know nothing about this movie, like I was like, fuck, I didn't see that coming. So I highly recommend this movie, Better Watch Out. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Now another couple movies that I might get, you know, some comments in the section, or in the comment section saying, what the fuck are you talking about? This movie was terrible. Is the movie Jack Frost. Okay, not 1 and 2, all right? I love these fucking movies. It's low budget, just kind of goofy, gory horror, and I thought it was great. It's practical. The Jack Frost snowman, like he's almost like Chucky with his like one-liners and stuff, but it's over the top, it's goofy. And I fucking loved it. Like, I highly recommend you give Jack Frost a go. Not the one with Michael Keaton, obviously that's a family movie, but the horror movie, Jack Frost, from 1997. And the second one was really good too, I thought. So check the trailer out too, you'll see what I mean. But I don't know, I just thought it was fucking schlocky and you know, definitely worth a watch. Now, the movie I was talking about earlier was Black Christmas. This thing is a classic, okay? This really is. This is like... And it's an underrated classic, really. I mean, people always talk about Halloween and you know, some other slasher movies that came out after this movie, because this one was 1974. Listen, this is one of the best slasher movies in my opinion, okay? And it's Canadian, so it doesn't get like always put in this list of awesome slasher flicks because everybody seems to go towards fucking Halloween. But I'm telling you, if you've seen the original Black Christmas, you know what I'm talking about. It freaked me out when I was a fucking kid when I watch it. And even to this day, I get goosebumps when I see certain scenes. So definitely give this one a watch. And then you can see what all the hype is about and why I'm hyping it up so much, because it's truly fucking fantastic. If you haven't seen it, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, go watch this fucking movie because it is stellar. It should be on everyone's fucking Christmas horror movie watch list. All Through the House. Now, I haven't seen this movie, but I did watch the trailer for it, and it does look really good. And I do know a couple of my friends that have watched it, and they were saying it was really good. It's gory. It's from 2015. Again, it's just about a guy in a Santa Claus suit that goes around and kills people, but I guess apparently the kills are really gory in this movie, and it's all practical, and they were saying, yeah, definitely give it a watch. So I'm going to recommend it. It's a lot better than fucking Mrs. Krampus, I can tell you that much. Another one you definitely need to watch over the Christmas holiday break is Christmas Evil from 1980. Okay, I'd never seen this movie up until about 4 years ago, and then one of my buddies brought it over, and he said, let's watch this flick, and I thought, oh God, here we go. Man, I'm telling you, this is in my collection now. This is one of my favorite Christmas horror movies. Again, it's just a Santa Claus in a suit. The guy, suffers from a nervous breakdown while getting belittled at work, and just freaks out and it just starts fucking mutilating people. It's great. It's, again, the 1980s were the best time for horror movies. Without a shadow of a doubt. I will fucking argue till I'm blue in the face. And this is just one example. It's from 1980. It's gory as fuck. The kills are all practical. You can't miss with this movie, Christmas Evil. Give it a watch. If you've seen it, let me know what you guys thought about it down below. Another movie that I thought was really, really good, but it's got some pretty bad reviews, but I don't know what the fuck they were watching. I thought this movie was good, is an anthology movie called Deathcember. I thought this movie was fucking fantastic. It had some of the best short films, Christmas short films, or any short films that I've seen. It was fantastic. I don't understand how it's getting such a low rating. I know the wraparound story to this film is not very good. And I have noticed that with a lot of anthology films, when they get poor ratings from other critics, it's because the wraparound portion of the anthology is shit. And I think the other short films inside of it suffer. But I mean, this might be the case for this one, because the wraparound story for this wasn't very good. But the short films that are inside this anthology are absolutely fantastic, and I'm highly recommending Deathcember. Now, okay, the last one that you guys should be watching. Okay, this is probably in my top 3 favorite Christmas horror movies. I don't even really know if it is a horror movie. I guess it is, but it's Rare Exports. Okay, I watched this movie multiple times every single year. It is absolutely fantastic, and please do yourself a favor. Do not watch the dubbed version of this movie, because it is fucking terrible. It takes all the emotion out of this movie. Watch the subtitled version. I'm pretty sure, I should have checked this before I did this, but I'm almost positive Tubi TV offers the subtitled version. Watch it so you can, listen to these guys talk in their own language. But this movie is fantastic, about these guys uncovering the real Santa Claus out of an iceberg. It is fucking phenomenal. I absolutely love it. Like, I did a review for this. I think it was back on my old channel, and I think I gave it like an 8.5 or a 9. Like, if you watch any movie out of the 10 movies that I just recommended to you, other than Black Christmas 1974, Rare Exports is definitely a movie that you need to watch. So anyways, guys, okay, I hope that helps get you through the Christmas holidays of some movies you can watch for free on Tubi TV. It's a wonderful platform. If you've seen these, let me know what you think. If you want to leave me a list down below. I went through every single horror movie on the Tubi platform. And this is what I came up with. So, but if you want to list some other horror movies that aren't on here, or maybe you have like another platform that you go to and they have some cool Christmas horror movies on there, like throw them in a list down below and I'll definitely read them and respond to it. So anyways, I wish all you guys have a fantastic and Merry Christmas. I'm probably going to have some videos up between Christmas and New Year's of movies that I've watched. So stay tuned for those. Again, thank you to all the subscribers that came on board this year. Again, I'm never going to ask you to subscribe, but just know that if you do subscribe, you know, you'll just help make that check that I give to the Salvation Army every year that much bigger. So anyways, guys, Merry Christmas from me at Happywax TV. You guys are fantastic, and thanks so much for coming back. And yeah, until next time, guys, stay scared.